Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Hello and welcome to the 2014 Ballin' on a Budget Fantasy Draft Order Selection Show. I'm CJ Stallings, Shut Your McLeod, here with Alex Williams,
Muck City, BMWers.
and Brian Bruner.
Team Balzich.
Welcome back. How you guys feeling about this year?
I like it. There's a lot of interesting prospects. Me personally, I've done about 50 fantasy drafts. Been to about 100 or so spring training games.
So you've done your homework.
I know what I'm looking for. So let's just say that.
What about you, Brian? How you feeling?
I also hope you guys are ready. Some of the players circled on my big board. Big time Timmy Jim, Justin Morneau.
Feeling a comeback? Comeback years or
First round potential.
first round potential this year? All right, you heard it here first. Justin Morneau and Timmy Jim, big time Timmy Jim in the first round.
Those are interesting.
You may want to do your own research on those picks, but it's great to have everyone back. Let's go ahead and, for those of you who are new, let's go ahead and introduce the rules for this year's draft. Tell us a little bit about how we go about deciding the number for each bingo ball.
Well, as you know, we go by the standings that you finished the season last year on.
So for instance, Future Highlight, they were our champion last year. They'll be the bingo ball number 1. And last year's contestant that finished last was Baggett for Baggersburgs. They'll finish 10th. For the two new guys, we have the Cape Coral Black Sox and Yvonne on a prayer. You guys will both round out the 12th and 13th bingo balls. We say 12th and 13th. This is a 12-team league, but bingo ball number 11 is missing. So the 11th and 12th teams will be bingo ball number 12 and 13. Let's go ahead and get started with this year's order numbers. So like we just mentioned, Future Highlight, great year last year, came in as our champion, finishing with a regular season record of 146, 96, and 22. Future Highlight, you'll be bingo ball number 1.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he drafted Robbie Cano first round last year. How do you guys feel about that decision? And do you think it was the right decision for his team? I mean, pretty easy call. I guess it was. He won, but
It shows you the depth of those positions that you need. Second base, shortstop, they're hard to get. If you get them early, it's good. It's good to have a good solid position at that.
Great year by Cano, and a great selection there in the first round.
What do you think,
How you
Ryan?
feel about
I don't care what happened last year. He's getting my best shot. Everyone else's best shot. We're coming after you.
Yeah, you got the target on your back this year, Future Highlight. With the number 2 bingo ball, we have our runner-up last year, and they actually set a league record, single season wins record. Formerly known as the Bullpen Catchers, have since switched franchises and are now being called 3-0 Greenlight. So 3-0 Greenlight, you'll be bingo ball number 2. Last year, the Bullpen Catchers went with Miggy Cabrera. Pretty easy call there. I don't think it took him much thought to make that decision. How do you guys feel about that?
And Miguel Cabrera, stud, Triple Crown winner. Can't go wrong.
What about that hip injury? You think he's going to be right up there again this year? I mean, he declined late, and I think that's why Bullpen Catchers didn't take the championship. He was the odds-on favorite to win, but Miggy had that hip injury late and really kind of slowed him down. How do you guys, you think that's going to bother him again this year? Brian, what do you think about that?
Selfish player reaching for the personal record. Wanted the Triple Crown. Didn't put the team forward, and
cost him a playoff and cost him a World Series opportunity, huh?
that's what happens.
So maybe he can live and learn, and we'll see if Miggy goes quite as high this year. Right now, he is forecasted to be a top 3 selection, if not the number 1 selection. So with the number 3 selection, it'll be myself, Shut Your McLeod, with a record of 133, 112, and 19. We took Ryan Braun, first pick last year, came in highly touted. Didn't quite pan out with the whole PED scandal, and he lied right to us. We did interview him before our selection. He said that he did not take PEDs. That came back to haunt us. Luckily, management was able to go ahead and deal him right before his suspension was announced. Brian, being that team that took him right before that suspension, what are your thoughts on that whole situation, and how do you feel about the move that was made?
The only thing he learned is how not to get caught. He's still doping. Draft him. He's going to hit the ball hard.
Would you do that same trade if you had the same opportunity?
And for those who aren't aware, it was a Max Scherzer and Jacoby Ellsbury for
Ryan Braun.
So it was a late season acquisition. It really helped McLeod push to the playoffs, as they were kind of mediocre going in before that trade, and things kind of turned around. So I'm not going to harp on it too much for you, Brian. We know you think about it every day and night, so we're going to let that go and move on to number 4. So number 4 coming in on the number 4 spot last year, E-Sixers. E-Sixers, you're going to be ball 4. E-Sixers took Buster Posey and had a regular season record of 135, 117, and 12. How do you feel about the Buster Posey selection? Do you think that's going to come into play again this year? First round?
I like Buster Posey, catcher. It's a good position. He's a solid player, good defense, good offense.
We'll have to see if he goes with that same strategy. Rounding out number 5, we have Muck Dogs. Oz finished 5th. There is an asterisk next to this 5th place finish, as he was auto-drafted completely last year. He took Matt Kemp. The computer took Matt Kemp and really hurt him with that Matt Kemp selection, but rightfully so. If you don't make the draft, you don't really deserve to win the league.
You got plenty there. As you see, there's a video. You got plenty of time. You're aware of when you're drafting, what order, the time of the draft. Just to reiterate, 7 o'clock.
It's actually 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Keep your eyes on the league page with the time. It's going to be 8 o'clock on March 16th. It is an online snake draft. And the order is obviously being decided right now, but remember that March 16th at 8 p.m. Don't be late. You can get into the draft room an hour early, but this video will be up a week prior to, so we can have a little bit of time to prepare for at least our first selection, and it is 90 seconds between picks. So Muck Dogs, you'll be in the bingo ball 5, and let's go ahead and move on to number 6. We have On the Juice rounding out the 6th spot. On the Juice last year went ahead and selected Carlos Gonzalez with the first pick. Kind of an injury-ridden year to an extent for Cargo. Not quite the numbers he's usually putting up. Ryan, how do you feel about the Cargo selection in the first round last year?
Coors Field, I'll take him. Ball's gonna fly out of the park. Can't go wrong.
Well said, well said. You can't go wrong with a power hitter at Coors Field. So On the Juice, you'll be bingo ball 6. And let's go ahead and move on to Panama City Rock Monsters at the number 7 spot. Panama City didn't have quite the year that they anticipated, finishing 109, 129, and 26. And they selected Joey Votto last year. Had a few knee injuries that kind of hindered him here and there. Joey Votto, do you think he's going to go quite as high this year?
Batting average is always going to be there. Power, it's always a question mark. You expect it out of a first baseman, but he's a solid baseball player. What can you say?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Votto's creeping up draft boards. I've seen him go in the early 2nd round, so we'll see if he's able to establish some kind of first round qualities there. So let's go ahead and move on to the 8th spot. The 8th spot was actually our Alex Williams, that was yourself, Muck City PMWs in the 8th spot. Muck City, last year you went Mike Trout with the number 1 overall selection and finished 123, 113, and 28. So having Mike Trout, you actually dealt him before the season and went ahead and traded him for was he Clayton Kershaw?
Clayton Kershaw and Justin Verlander.
How do you feel about that trade, and do you think it was the right move?
It hurt a little bit offensively, but pitching-wise, it came back, paid dividends. I believe I was one of the only teams that didn't make the playoffs with a +10
winning record.
Yeah.
You did have a good record, and I think if you had the chance to do that same deal, if you took Mike Trout with your first pick, would you make that trade again?
Yeah, all day.
You would. Okay, good. Well, you're rounding out the 8th spot. Let's go ahead and move on to Team Balls Itch. Team Balls Itch, that is Brian. Brian holding on the 9th spot. You took Giancarlo Stanton and rounded off your season with a 105, 141, and 18 record. Giancarlo Stanton had his career low numbers. Do you think that's going to continue? You think he's going to build upon that year? And is he someone you're eyeing for the first round this year?
We're pretty close to Miami. It's still my, not necessarily hometown, but I got to root for the locals.
So Giancarlo is on your board then for the first round this year?
First round selection?
Go Fish.
Go Fish. All right, you heard it here first. Go Fish. Giancarlo Stanton could be climbing up draft boards. We're not quite sure if he'll reach the 9th spot, but he is on somebody's board. So Balzich, you're running out with the 9th spot. And let's go ahead and move on to Baggett's 4 Baggersburgs, rounding out the 10th spot. Baggett, you actually finished last year with the league worst record of 99, 143, and 22 with the first round selection of Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols, he's currently anywhere between the 3rd and 4th round forecasting. Do you think that was a little bit too high to take Pujols, or was it just a down year because of the foot injury?
The foot injury really hampered him, but Albert Pujols is a perennial all-star. Most likely going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And you think is there any chance he bounces back to first round potential before the end of his career, or is he done?
I don't see it. What about you, Brian? First round Albert Pujols?
Where's he from? Cuba?
I don't
believe those
I don't think
records.
so.
I don't think
I'm
he's
not sure
Cuban.
he's from Cuba. I think it may be more
Their
like
birth
Puerto Rico.
record, he's 10 years older than everybody thinks. He was done 5 seasons
So
ago.
you're claiming false birth certificate, and he's actually a lot older than. So he's actually closer to 40. I hear you. I agree. I think Pujols. I don't think he creeps up the first round potential for the rest of his career, but still a solid hitter and could be some value in the third round.
Get him in the fifth, can't complain.
Yeah, is that someone you're maybe looking at in the fifth?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
So rounding out the 11th spot the 10th spot is going to be Baggett's 4 Baggersburgs. With a newcomer, and our first newcomer is the Cape Coral Black Sox. Cape Coral Black Sox, new to the league and not a lot of background info on the Black Sox. Black Sox, you'll be rounding out the 11th spot, but with Bingo Ball 12. Please remember that Bingo Ball 11 is missing, and you will have Bingo Ball 12. And our 12th and final contestant is Ivan on a Prayer, another new contestant. Matt, you'll be number 13 Bingo Ball. Remember that number 11 is gone, so you'll be number 13 or in the 12th spot.
Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Let's go ahead with do a few spins here, and let's see who's going to be the first overall selection of this year's draft. As currently on the league poll, we do know that the winner of the first selection has never won the championship. So while this may seem like a great pick, the number 1 spot has never won the championship.
All right, it is.
Go with the first ball that came out there and put the second ball back. With the first overall selection in the 2014 Ballin' on a Budget draft will be
Muck Dogs.
B5. B5, Muck Dogs,
No,
number one, Muck Dogs with the first overall selection. The first overall selection has never won the championship. Do you think that changes with Muck Dogs taking that pick?
Let's see if he gets to the draft.
Let's see if he gets to the draft. If for some reason not at the draft, that would be disappointing as he is the number 1 overall pick. Let's go ahead and see who's going to be the number 2 pick. Read that off there, Alex. Who we got as the number 2 pick? Just read the number.
B2?
B2, 3-0 green light. B2 with the number 2 selection, back-to-back years with number 2 selection. That doesn't sound good. Seeing what he did last year in the number 2 spot, that doesn't bode well for the rest of the league.
No, that doesn't. Hopefully he doesn't get an opportunity to get McGuffey again.
Yeah, we'll have to see if his team is built around the same order.
Same core of players.
So let's go ahead and put that back in there. It slipped out. Let's see what
Just
it
had a
was.
ball slip out, so we're gonna go ahead and put it back in.
This bingo ball machine isn't a scientific.
Just had two
Scientific
balls
method
slip
here.
out. Everybody's had that happen
You
before.
can always edit
You
this.
know that.
So let's go ahead and see number 3 selection with the number 3 selection in the 2014 Ball on a Budget Fantasy Draft. Read that number off.
It's gonna be B13.
B13, Ivan on a Prayer with the number 3 selection in the 2014 draft. Congratulations, Ivan on a Prayer. Let's see what you can do with it. The number 4 selection. Number 4 selection, a big selection here.
It's gonna be B6.
B6 on the juice. B6 with the number 4 selections. A lot of great players sitting there at the 4 after the mock drafts. He should have a great star to lead his team.
Absolutely.
So on the juice, congratulations. You are going to be our number 4 selection. So the number 5 selection in the 2014 draft.
Number 5 is gonna be B7.
B7, Panama City Rock Monsters with the 5th selection in the draft. Congratulations, Panama City. There should be some great players left there as well.
Good luck.
Good luck. Man.
With the number 6 pick, we have
Doesn't want to come out. Yeah, B10.
B10, Baggett's 4 Baggersburgs with the number 6 selection, halfway through the draft with a 12-team draft order, so he'll be sitting kind of in the middle for the entirety of the snake draft. How does that bode for his chances in the championship?
I never like being in the middle, because you don't get your picks are pretty far wide out, spread apart. So,
Yeah, you kind of like being on one end or the other more so than being just in the middle.
yeah, that's just my personal preference. Though. I mean, what do you like, Brian?
Right in the middle.
So you're looking to be
So
the
you're
next
looking to be
pick?
next. See, so you both are kind of sitting where you want to be as long as you're the next pick. Let's go ahead and see who's going to be the next selection
Let the
here.
ball slip out.
Let's go ahead and spin this thing for the number 7 selection in the draft. Number 7 selection.
It's gonna be B4.
B4, E6ers at the 7 spot. E6ers always someone to be reckoned with.
Good
and,
man.
should be a good spot, and always making some good moves throughout the season. We'll see if he goes in the direction of Buster Posey again.
Always a good manager. Man.
So with only a few spots left, we're going to go ahead with the number 8 spot in this year's draft, and that's going to be the number 8 spot.
Number 8 spot is going to be B3.
B3.
Shetcher McLeod.
I'm taking home the 8 spot. It's not an ideal position, but in previous mock drafts, I have seen myself in the 8 and 9 spot a few
How you
times.
feeling?
So, you know, I prefer be closer to the top or the bottom. But you know, we'll work with it and see where it leads us. You know, sometimes you win on strategies that you don't always like. So let's go ahead and see if the 8 hole holds well for me.
Hey, well, good luck.
Thank you very much. Let's go ahead with the number 9 spot. With only 4 balls left, the number 9 spot.
Number 9 spot is going to be B8.
B8. B8
Muck
Muck
City.
City. How you feeling about the 9 spot?
I wish I didn't have a competitive manager right there, right drafting right before me, but
Right in front of you, but you'll get me on the way back.
yeah, I'll get you on the way back. So we'll see. I'm comfortable with
Well,
that spot.
congratulations with the 9 spot. The 9 spot has proved to be actually decent spot as far as final standing is concerned. So it could be a blessing in disguise.
I'm happy with it.
Brian, how you feeling right now?
Give me
Still in
number
the-
10.
you're still in the pool?
I don't care when. They're all the same.
They're all the same to Brian.
B12.
For the 10 spot, B12 Cape Coral Black Sox in the number 10 spot. Cape Coral Black Sox, good luck from the 10 spot. I think there has been a couple championships drafted from the 10 spot, so best of luck to you there. 2 balls left, Brian, you're one of them. So how you feeling about it being either the 11th or the 12th?
This one's not me, so it doesn't matter.
This is the 11th spot.
B1, future highlight.
B1, future highlight with the 11th spot, almost in the exact opposite of last year. So future highlight, best of luck to you from the 11th spot. You'll get pretty quick picks back to back there. And last but not least,
Just to make sure it's not a cheat.
last but not least,
Number 9.
number
Team
9,
Balls
Team
Itch.
Balls
I'll
Itch,
take it.
number 9. You've had back-to-back years of first-round picks in football, so we're actually very happy to see you pick last year, Brian.
I gotta admit, I'm happy.
So there you have it, guys. How you feeling about the draft order and all in all? I mean, is there anything that jumps off the page at you as far as who's drafting where, or I mean, how do you feel about you know where you sit and compared to some other guys?
I like my spot. I wish I wasn't right behind you, like I said. I wish 3-0 Greenlight wasn't the second overall pick again. But you know, hopefully Muck City Muck Dogs, whatever, he gets there, gets to the draft, picks Miguel Cabrera. I don't want to foreshadow anything.
Mud Dogs for number 1 pick. That's a great opportunity for him to make a name for himself, as he hasn't, didn't do much in his first year last year. But let's see if he can go ahead and do something this year from the number 1 spot. Brian, what about you? Any comments? Anything that jumps off the page at you? Or?
You guys were talking about Muck Dogs. I hope he drafts that same owner just like he does in football, taking a real wild card with that first pick.
So a lot is hinging on the first pick here, as you can tell. But thank you guys very much for being with us. Best of luck on the season. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at the league homepage. And once again, best of luck. And we'll see you again very soon on March 16th at 8 p.m. for the live Fantasy Snake Draft.
Be there or be
Tell
square.
everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Well, you can tell everybody.